Hi, this is Janine Richards, and today I'm here with Angela Amara-Singer for a second interview. Welcome, Mr. Amara-Singer. How are you today?
Oh, thank you for having me.
The reason for our second interview is because we've had a lot of questions since our first interview about Sri Lanka and the civil war coming to an end. And I guess you said a few things that stirred up a lot of controversy. And there might be some new people listening out there today, so why don't you bring us up to date about what we talked about last time?
So the last time, Janine, the conversation we had, after 30 years of our civil war has ended in 2009. And after 2009, some, international human rights groups, start getting involved with this and pretty much, trying to manipulate the truth.
And what do you mean by manipulate the truth? Can you give me an example?
Manipulate the truth is what really happened back there, not what they're really talking out there. Okay, the people who getting involved with this, they are part of LTTE Tamil Tigers. So these people are who support the LTTE Tamil Tigers. Now these are the one being go around the world and talk about, basically bad mouthing Sri Lanka.
Okay, and I know we talked about this last time, but let's talk about the end of the war. And what happened exactly at the end of the war when the government troops went in and they were supposedly shooting innocent civilians in their clothes, in plainclothes civilian clothes. Is that something that's true?
Which is absolutely not true. So the end of this war, basically, the government troops pushing the LTT to the end, and what LTT Tamil Tigers did, they used the regular Sri Lankan civilians as a human shield. They hold these civilians to protect them, okay, not to protect the regular civilian, protect LTT Tigers. So what they did is that when they have no way out, what they did, they basically take off their regular, uniform, they get into, civil clothes and take the weapon and start shooting at, the government troops. So the government troops actually have to, shoot them back. So if you see anything out there on the ground laying down these, anybody with civilian clothes, those are actually not civilian people. Those are the LTT Tamil Tigers Cardinals.
And the LTTE, this is the group that was trying to take over Sri Lanka, and basically they're the people who started the war, correct?
Which absolutely right, yes.
Okay. And why did they do this?
Well, what they're trying to do, the guy name is Prabhakaran, back in 1976, he grouped with, small group of people decide, they want their own Tamil, land, and which is not everybody in the country would agree with that. Sri Lanka have 21 million people. These are very small group of people, the final vote, season, they only got, less than 15,000, Tamil Tigers.
So the way I understand it, for the past 30 years up until 2009, it was a very hostile environment to live in Sri Lanka. People were being murdered in the masses, and it was an unsafe place to live. Is that correct?
Which is true, yes.
There was no stability and no peace until the president in office right now finally took action and ended this war. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, I don't really care for the politics. The guy who in the office right now, and he's the only one who had nerves to, pull the trigger and to get the country back in track. What he did, actually did a favor for the whole Sri Lankan, community, basically getting rid of this Tamil, Tigers.
Are all Tamil people Tamil Tigers?
Well, absolutely not. These Tamil Tigers happen to be Tamil people, but, this is not between Tamil people and, the Sri Lankan people. The Tamil people are Sri Lankan people, so, you want to get that, straight.
So how do the Tamil people feel now that the war has ended?
Which they feel safe, they feel happy out there, and the people moving on with their life.
And is the Sri Lankan government helping these Tamil people?
Well, which my personal opinion is, I believe the Sri Lankan government have more, majority people, single people than Tamil people more than anybody else. I mean, the east and north part of the country, they're building, schools, houses, roads. They do more things for those Tamil people and than the majority people.
So who is spreading these rumors about, the Sri Lankan government and war crimes?
Which is, the LTTE group is completely wiped out from Sri Lanka, but, the people who support, okay, they're still around the world. Okay, these are the people who trying to give a bad name to Sri Lanka. Before 2009, this LTT, Tamil Tigers, they earn between 2 to 300, million a year. Okay, I mean this is a big, group, the big, the group around the world. So the people are still around, and they not live in Sri Lanka, but they're still trying to badmouth and try to give a bad name to Sri Lanka.
So right now, Sri Lanka is prospering, tourism's up, and the economy's better since the end of the war. Is that correct?
Which absolutely right. Yes. 2010, Sri Lanka rated #1 growing economy in the nation, and the tourism growing up, and everything's heading right directions. If anybody want to talk about genocide, the mass killing, which actually LTT Tamil Tiger is the one who started that. Okay, to first terrorist group to kill 2 world leaders within a 2-year period is LTT Tamil Tigers. 1990, 2, it's they kill Indian Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. 1993, they kill Sri Lankan President Premadasa. And also they did a bunch of other mass killings, central bomb, bank bomb, and also they did a bunch of other mass killings. Busloads of people they start killing. These are innocent people. They have nothing to do with war. These are not people with weapons. So, does anybody want to talk about that? That's the way to look at it, rather than just trying to look something not true.
Well, thank you for sharing your opinion with us. It certainly sounds like, you're telling me a different side of the story, and that the truth really has been manipulated.
Yeah, and also I want to bring one more thing up. And the east and north part, and they're going really well right now. It's 13 members, only the Tamil members from east and north part right now in Sri Lankan Parliament. And not to mention one of the child soldiers in the east province is a chief minister, and also the second in command, LTT member. Now he's in the minister in parliament. So basically, the government did everything in their power to regroup these people to get into right places, but they don't want to listen to that. Okay, but now what they're trying to do, something which is really not true. Sri Lankan people, they don't want to hear this anymore. They don't want to listen to this anymore. Tamil people live in Sri Lanka, they don't want to listen to this anymore. They want to move forward with their life. They don't want to, keep going back and forward. The war is over. What done is done. The people are life happy down there. So the whole world need to help them to go forward.
Great. Well, thank you very much for your time, Mr. Amara Singer. I hope.
One more thing I want to add this, and I'm going to ask all the fellow Americans and the President of the United States to help to Sri Lanka and to go forward and just trying to regroup everybody rather than listen to this, nonsense from all these human rights groups.
Okay. Thank you for your time, Mr. Amara Singer.
Thank you.